Fuel retailers are being put on notice this morning to pass on savings from huge falls in the oil price to drivers. The crude oil price has plunged by 30% as the coronavirus outbreak dampens demand, but Saudi Arabia and Russia are refusing to scale back output, which is triggering a price war. Joining us now, Peter Khoury from the NRMA. Peter, good morning to you. Thanks so much for joining us. So when will we start to see savings at the Bowser?
Well, now, I mean, this latest trade war between Russia and Saudi Arabia has obviously sped things along significantly, but we have seen falls now over the last few weeks. Last week in particular, Australia's international benchmark price, MOGAS, fell about $8 a barrel. So we were expecting falls to happen here at the Bowser. This latest blow-up between the Russians and the Saudis have obviously just pushed that along, and quite significantly, might I add.
We're looking at about $33 a barrel at the moment. Is there any excuse, Peter Khoury, for us not seeing these savings passed on today?
Absolutely none. Now, obviously, it depends on where you live as to when those falls will come through. Sydney, for example, will probably see prices go up, but that's only because that's where we are in our price cycle. But most of the capitals will see prices falling. We think the next few weeks you're going to start to see averages in the major capitals of around $1.10, $1.12, and that's before the latest falls, and if those falls continue. So having said that, right across the country we're expecting falls of anywhere between 5 to 10 cents a litre this week. That should be passed on to motorists. The NRMA will be watching very carefully to make sure it does, and indeed I'd imagine the ACCC will be doing the same.
Peter, there's a bit of talk that it could get to $1 a litre. I mean, is that reasonable talk? Do you think that will happen?
Well, I say $1 a litre today, and knowing our luck, it'll jump $50 a barrel tomorrow. Such is the volatility of world oil prices, it's impossible to predict. But having said that, in the short term, and what we're seeing even at the way Wall Street's closing today, if we don't get to $1, if these falls continue, if we pass on the 10 cents that we are already expecting from last week's falls, and we see a continuation of what we're seeing this week, if the average in the major capitals doesn't get to $1, it could get close. And if that's the case, we could see service stations on $1. And so we obviously weren't expecting that 2 weeks ago, and such is the volatility, but things could change overnight.
Peter Khoury, it turns out you're the face of the silver lining this morning. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
The only good news globally.
Exactly. Well, we hope to see those falls at the Bowser soon. As Peter Khoury says, there are no excuses.